What came out of Secretary of State Marco Rubio's visit to Israel?
In many ways, it was just that. It was a show of strength when it comes to U.S.-Israeli ties and a show of just how strong those bonds are, for all that they were somewhat strained by Israel's attack on Doha last week. Marco Rubio has literally just left Israel on his way to Qatar before he goes to the U.K. to coincide with Trump's visit there. In Qatar, I think it seems like he's going to try to get Qatar back to its mediation role, if you like, and to step up efforts to either achieve a ceasefire or to end the war. The other thing that seems to have happened is that he's effectively told Israel that it's okay with the offensive on Gaza City, which is likely to step up as soon as today.
And how likely is it that Qatar actually resumes its mediation efforts? And this, we speak on the heels of an important summit that was held in Qatar yesterday. You saw some of the biggest leaders from around the region, including the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and others, fly into Doha in a show of support also for Qatar. Did anything come out of that summit to suggest that Qatar may be rethinking its mediation role?
Not in so much. Qatar said from the beginning that it signaled that from the start of Tuesday, for all its outrage, for all its comments that this was state terrorism on the part of Israel as far as it was concerned, it signaled that it would be willing to carry on with this mediation role. It said, however, that it didn't. The only outcome of those strikes on Doha against the Hamas, targeting the Hamas officials, as far as Qatar was concerned, was that the talks would be hindered and stalled, and that Hamas would simply not go back into them. So I think Rubio will try and encourage Qatar to put more pressure on Hamas to come back to the negotiation table. But at the same time, Israel is insisting that Israel doesn't really want a ceasefire anymore. That's sort of something that was in its strategy maybe 2 months ago, but now it's insisting on a full surrender of Hamas and a full disarmament and a release of all the 48 hostages that are still in Gaza, around 20 of which are thought to be alive. So there are a lot of things that still need to be squared, but what I think is clear is that Israel is going to step up its offensive in the north of Gaza. It says that will increase the chances of Hamas surrendering. Most of the rest of the world says this will be a disaster for Palestinian civilians there.